What the hell is going on, man? It's your boy Mark D. We are live on 7myradio.com right now. You already know what it is, who it is, where it is. And I got some family in the building right now with me, man. Non-stop entertainment is holding it down with me. What's going on with y'all fellas, man?
What's good? What's good?
Chilling.
Same old, man. So, you know, we got an hour spotlight with these fellas, man. Y'all get to hear these dudes, man, for the next hour. We're going to kick it with them, go through some of their music, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, let y'all get to know these cats, man. First off, we're going to run around the board and let everybody introduce themselves, man. So we can let everybody know who's on the mic with us today.
All right, we start first. I go by the name Mike Lippa, MYKELYPPA. You can find me on all the social sites. That's my music thing when I used to produce and stuff like that. On the video and photography side, management side, you can just go by Michael Lippett, Lippett.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna move it to the left, me to the right here.
What up? It's your boy Hooligan. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Tay-Time, Tay_TIME.
Alright.
Yo, name All Mac. You can find me on Reverb Nation, REVERBNEATION / listen to the Mac. Or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram, same words.
Alright.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay Pierce, aka Mystery. You can follow me on Twitter at Mystery Jar, MYSTERYJAR. On IG at JPierce07.
Okay, that's what it is. So let me know a little bit about Non-Stop Entertainment, man. How long have y'all been doing your thing out here? Are y'all a whole, everybody is on this label that's here at on the panel with me right now, or what? Or we got solo artists, or how does it go right now? Well, let me know what's the affiliation.
I mean, right now we got a mix of everything right now, you know. Everybody's a solo artist right now. I'm the only one on Non-Stop Entertainment. But, you know, hopefully we'll be making some changes here soon.
Okay, that's what it is. So what about the other artists? Now, I understand that the other two, everybody here is an artist except for Mike. Mike is more on the management side. Yeah. So, you know, let me know about you two guys, you two cats over there on the end, Hulu.
Well, yeah, I've been doing my thing for a minute now with Jay Pierce. We knew each other since high school, so we started this early on.
Okay.
So I've been doing my thing in the radio and then you know, mixtape side of things for a minute.
Right.
I'm on YouTube. I got a couple of music videos out, a couple of songs out, things like that. So you can definitely look for me too.
All right.
Yo, me and Pierce been cool for a minute, like a brother to me, dog.
Basically family.
Been traveling a lot, so it's been hard for us to connect. You know, I'm more of a solo artist. Just glad to be back home. Now I just came back home, trying to do some music with him. Finally got a chance to see him for a while.
I can dig it.
Get it poppin'.
So are y'all from the D or
yeah.
What? Where is everybody from?
Detroit. From Detroit.
I'm from the D.
Oh, East Detroit? Y'all from
Finkel,
East?
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Okay, East and West. It's mixed.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what it is.
Between off East Warren and Mac, Archer Road area, Ashland area specifically, yeah.
All right, that's what it is. And that's cool, man, because, you know, as I'm sure y'all know, you know, regardless to how much it has been diffused, there is still somewhat of a rivalry, or you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say rivalry, but a difference between, and people see it as a difference between East and West Side Detroit artists, you know what I mean, as opposed to seeing it as a whole, you know what I mean. So I feel like groups like y'all, where y'all have a balance of both, right, you know, is an example of what we need to be as a whole on the Detroit hip hop music scene. Now, speaking of the Detroit hip hop music scene, now how long have y'all been rapping as a whole, collectively or solo? Like I said, has it been a long thing, or you said, "Woo, that sounds like a long time right there"?
It's been about 10 years, man.
Okay,
you know
well, that's long enough. Long
10 years tops.
So what are y'all, like, your perspectives of the Detroit hip hop music scene? Like, what are y'all, you know, getting into the game, like, as far as y'all just establishing this record label, right? As far as so as looking at it coming into it, give me some pros and cons, as y'all opinion, you know what I'm saying, as far as what y'all see in the Detroit hip hop music scene, things that y'all like and things that, you know, maybe we need to work on.
Right. I feel like right now, man, we got a lot of great music on the scene, you know. It's just that everybody's kind of gravitating toward that one sound. You know what I'm saying? So with us personally, we want that national sound. We don't want to be labeled as, you know, the Detroit sound, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just don't want nobody to listen to you and be able to know exactly where you're from just by listening to you. Like, oh, he sounds just like everybody else or whatever.
One thing I want to say, like, you know, I'm more on the management side, but, you know, I still got a label. I started a label back in like 2006, and Trench Life Records. So I still have my label, and I used to rap and do my thing too. You know, if you look online, I still got footage and stuff like that. And so
Right.
when me and Jay Pierce tour, you know, you'll see me. I'm gonna still be out there, you know, a wild boy out there.
Okay.
But before I expand and say something about the question you just asked about the Detroit scene, music scene,
Right.
I want to go back to what you say, like the rivalry for East and West side of Detroit.
Right.
Somebody told me just a few months ago, older cat, he was saying that like when the slaves, I guess, migrated from like, you know, like not when they were slaves, after, you know, after slavery, when they migrated back from like New Orleans and different places, stuff like that. He said that the house or the field workers would be like the kind that was considered like the lowest or whatever.
Right.
And he said, like, you know, when they started migrating to Detroit from these different areas, where that came from. So that's why people on the west side seem like, you know, they more like they think they're more uppity because they was more like the house people. And I was like, you know what? I was like, that's some good knowledge to know.
Hey, you know what? And that kind of that makes sense because like a lot of people don't know how much in our culture comes from slavery. And we kind of like grappled in and made it something good. But when you think about it, it's like, why are we praising that? Key thing that you said in there. In the house.
Right.
What do we say when we like, you know, we come to the party or we fresh or whatever? Oh, we in the house.
Right.
Like we be like it's something good.
Right.
We in the house, nigga.
Yeah. Right.
House, nigga.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We in the house. So yeah, dog, I can, man, there's so much stuff I can, boy, I break it down. I mean, there's so much stuff. But yeah, I'm glad you pointed on that. You pointed on that because that's an actual something that I didn't know about Detroit as far as, you know what I'm saying. That's, you know, like the that Jim Crow chip in our head.
So I was like,
Willie Lynch chip. I'm sorry.
Right. When I heard that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I understand now. You know. Cause I can never understand. Cause to me, you know, you like to me it's the same. You know, you're like this no worse than this side. You know, but I see where the mentality comes from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my perspective, as far as like the music scene, you know, like I actually like, you know, when you go different places, you kind of, you know, people know you got a Detroit sound. I think you just can't like do it so much, like, you know. Like he say, had like the diversity, and so, you know, to me it's cool when I hear somebody that say, okay, you could tell they from Detroit or whatever, you know, you in different places, different states, but you know, I think that for you to grow, you can't just be like in that box to, like, you know, you only want to have one certain type of track, one certain type of sound.
Here's the thing that like confuses me about people's perspective on artists. It's like artists can be out for 10 years, right, and they build a fan base, and people expect them to have the same sound over and over and over again.
Right.
Like, in what situation do you continue to do the same thing and you expect to grow?
Right.
Do you stay the same? That's just like if you
when you haven't mastered that yet.
When you who?
I feel like I done switched styles a couple times. I feel like I done mastered that certain style and I'm able to switch over and do something different.
Right.
But if you're not good at what you're doing right then, of course you're gonna keep saying the same when you ain't got no growth.
Yeah, that means you ain't growing, right?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
and you can apply that to, you know, multiple things in life. I mean, just think about success, right?
Right.
Growing older. Like when you grow older or when you go into success, it's a lot of people that look at you and say, "Oh, he changed."
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I doing this, living life over and over and over to stay the same?
Not at all. Man.
Do I want to grow? So like when someone tell, "Oh, you changed," like, you know, it's like in the back of your mind you should look at that as a good thing.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's okay. I'm
Right,
on the right
right.
path then.
Yeah, I changed. You didn't.
Yeah, and then the fact that you are separating yourself from some things just means that you are, in a sense, trimming the fat,
Also,
Right.
I think
getting rid of what you don't need.
And also, I think with creativity, you know, change, you know, is inevitable. Like,
Right, yeah. You
got
have to
passion,
change.
yeah.
It go with your surroundings too, you know what I mean? Like if you
And-
come out as a trap rapper, you're not gonna be trapping the whole time if you are successful, you know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is, music is a form of art, is it not?
Yeah, it
Right,
definitely
absolutely.
is. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you need to grow? Do you need to change when you're an artist?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
You
like
do?
your art
If you're an
change with
artist,
you.
you will be forced to
grow.
change. You'll be forced to change. If you're a true artist, you'll be forced to
If you are
change.
going through, if you're not changing, you need to stop because that means you're going through the same things over and over and over again, and you're not learning or growing from it.
Exactly.
So you need to get in another lane and do something else probably.
Yeah.
If you're not
Yeah,
changing.
I feel like
Definitely. I think when you got like the passion and you mix it with creativity, I think like there's no way that you can't change. Like
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
with that come new ideals.
And new ideas.
You do
You
different
said
stuff.
new ideas
Yeah.
all day.
You know, one thing I noticed is like when people get out and see different stuff, then you know those ideas come. Because when I used to have my artists back, 2006 and 2007 and stuff like that, I would take them to places we do little mini tours. It could be just Traverse City. We could still be in Michigan, but the fact that we got out of the city because we usually don't even go from a few block radius in the city, so
Right.
they don't have a horizon, so they don't know any better. And so when I would take them to different places, they would appreciate stuff like, clean, like, no trash on the grass, we went this whole
different energy, man.
like different stuff.
Yeah,
And
man,
so
wow.
they had some of the best times, of their life, and they still in Michigan. They just got, to see other stuff, and it helped for the
But
better.
you know, but you know what that is when you see that. Do you know what that is? It's conditioning.
Right.
We are conditioned to the point where we just accept the bullshit as norm, as okay. We are right. We are so okay with the bullshit that when we see normal, we like, whoa.
What is that? What's going on?
Yeah, I had to get out of that.
They don't
man.
have no trash on the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
No glass, broken glass everywhere. It's not that. It's like, come on, man. Like that's how conditioned we are in in our community. I say it like that.
Yeah, I can add to that, man, because I was staying down south for a few years, man. I hit them up a couple times, Mississippi, Georgia, and everything, just meeting different people that's actually like, you ain't got to have that mentality. You walking down the street,
Right.
and you're like, man, I ain't about to say hi to this thing. I don't know some of this man. Where everybody's speaking down there, and I'm over there like, man, fuck you speaking to me for?
Right.
Like, I don't know you, man. And I had to get,
Southern
I had to get out of that, like, man.
And that's and I'm glad you brought that up because that's a lot. That's a difference that a lot of people bring up when they go down south, especially from here from Detroit, because everybody here tough. We tough.
Right.
We mean mud. We walk through the. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You look at everybody. You know what I'm saying?
You could be happy as hell. You got a meme or somebody think you got too much. They want to get you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. Yeah, I mean, so back to the music a little bit, man. We gonna let me know about some of these tracks, man. We got this Punch the Clock in the lineup. I would imagine that this has to do with something in regards to the work.
Yeah, man. I just want to remind people, like, I be getting a lot of time that people be like, they're like, we see you doing the music. You just doing the music. I have to remind them, like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We funding ourselves, you know what I'm saying? So
Funding ourselves.
some
I'm
of-
like, ooh.
And I mean, it's a process. Most of the time, people don't want to put in that work in themselves. Most of the time, people they just want to hand it down. So we still out here working.
Everybody want a spoon.
Still out here grinding.
Working. Now, man, this is perfect. Now, after I play this song, I want to get into a conversation about an interview that I know a lot of people seen, and I know y'all probably seen it. Dame Dash
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely seen that one.
Definitely.
talking about everybody needs to be a boss. Everybody should be a boss.
Right.
Now, don't get into this. Wrap your mind around the conversation. We're gonna be right back. Everybody, get into this track. Jay Pierce, Punching the Clock. What's the name of the album this one is on? They can check it out on.
Mike, Music in the Cup.
Okay.
The video out there
Music
too
in
on
the
YouTube.
Cup. Music in a cup. I got my cup right here. So we're going to get into some music. We'll be right back, man. SellMyRadio.com. Jay Pierce is in the building. You already know what it is, man. We back in the building. Mark D Nonstop Entertainment is in the building, holding it down. Man, we just, going through a couple of these tracks, man. We just went past this. What was the one that we just went through?
Punch the Clock.
Punch the Clock. I want to say on the clock. Punch the clock. Punching the clock. Which brings me back to my last conversation, man, and I was talking about now. Punching the Clock is basically a song about you letting everybody know that y'all work for y'all shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? No handouts. You know, we invest our own money, as y'all said earlier. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. And we all heard, like I said, the conversation with, and not to take the subject away from y'all music, because we're going to take it right back there. But we had a music mogul by the name of Dame Dash have a conversation with some people about everybody needing to be, you know, or should be their own boss. If to not be a boss is basically you're less than, you know, you could be. To call somebody else your boss is like calling them your dad. Mm-hmm. It's disrespectful to yourself, basically, to not be a boss. How do y'all feel about that?
Well, me personally, I kind of agree with Dame for the most part. That's my dude. But like my perspective come from like I do like video and photography, and you know like my the cameraman over here, he know. So when you think about, you know, I can go do a wedding or an anniversary or something like that, I can get paid, you know, $100 an hour, $75 an hour. I can go, you know, sometimes I have people coming to shoots with me, and I pay them $20 an hour. I know they don't get paid that much on their 9 to 5.
Right.
The problem is just keeping that clientele in rotation or whatever.
Right.
And so when you see that, and then you see, you know, you going back to work your job for $10, $8, whatever it is, an hour, and it's like you have to, sometimes you got to put up with stuff, you know, people, you know, power tripping and stuff like that. You just think like, you know, we stuck together, you know, we can build something. You know, if I can make $100 here, then I still got to do this. Maybe I got to work there because I need my medical insurance. So it's like you feel like a slave, you know.
Right,
like
right.
That 9 to 5, you know, I always say like that's like a slave thing. If you working something that you can't progress in, the only thing you can do is pay your bills and keep working. Like to me, that's like a lower form of slavery. And so when you went out, like, you know, when I made like certain amounts, you know, $50, $100 an hour, and I look at this, I say, you know, this don't seem right. There's something to this equation that got to be figured out. And so, you know, to me, it's not so much of you calling a person a boss, but it's like we can do better than for ourselves. We can create our own thing to where, you know, we don't need to be doing that.
Right.
That's why we're independent now.
I feel like you just need to be your own boss. Like you need to be your own man. I feel like every person should start with themselves and build a legacy off of that. So I'm saying, like, if you really into something and you really intrigued by it and you really want to push it forward so that your children and your children's children never have to work again, I feel like that's a successful mindset.
Right.
You got to build off of that in order to build your own empire. Because if you think about it, none of your ancestors, I'm pretty sure you don't know none of their names unless you do a lot of research.
Right.
You don't know their names because they didn't make themselves big enough to you. You know what I mean? They didn't make themselves, you know, relevant enough.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in these history books, you learn about, you know, Columbus and all this other stuff. But real ancestors was at that time.
But at the same time, I feel you on that. But just to piggyback on that, you may not know that your ancestors did anything relevant because they're trying to whitewash the history they hide so much stuff for one thing.
Right.
So you may not know.
Exactly.
You may be George Washington Carver's great grandson, but you don't know it.
Which is probably
because things have been whitewashed to the point of, you know, or erased or hidden.
True. Which is great.
But your point does have you know, relevancy to it.
And I feel like if we make ourselves strong enough, we don't need to be hidden. And that
Things we can't be hidden.
And I think with Dave, a big part of what he's saying, and he said a lot, was the mentality. And so, you know, a lot of people gave him, you know, flack about it, like, you know, well, how you gonna just start from here and get to that or whatever. But you know, I don't think overall he meant like you can't have a job. He mean like don't stay there for 16 years. If you do this, don't go spending your money on all the Jordans, all the LeBrons, and all this.
Right.
And use that money to invest till you get to the point to where, you know, maybe you're gonna buy you a little camera. Then you get you a tripod, then you get a big camera, then, you know, you gotta build it to it then to do it. But you just saying the mentality of, you know, I'm gonna just work for somebody else.
And it's too, I mean, it's like they tell you, you know, you gotta go to school, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do all this stuff to even be able to be successful, you know what I'm saying? It's like really your mindset. Like nowadays, the kids growing up, you know, they don't have that mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say one thing wrong in our community, I say, would be the passing of businesses down. One thing about the black community is it's rare you hear any kid talking about about to pass this business down or whatever. That's like, not to make it racial or nothing, but that's one thing that's hard in our community is having that type of solid foundation
For wealth.
So you struggling, now your kids struggling, their kids struggling.
because our culture is conditioned.
Yeah, and we don't never come together for nothing.
And you know what we are conditioned to think? Black people, we equate being wealthy or being rich with how much we are able to buy.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
It's price tag. Remember.
Right.
Wealth is actually obtained because of how much you produce.
Right.
No, that's one part of it. But then another thing about it, when you talk about passing things down, like if you think about, you know, a lot of the, you know, the rich families, the billionaire, you know, almost chic type family, like in Europe, Arabia, they all invest in land. You know, they have land. And why you get wealth from land is because when you buy land, like they ain't making no money.
Right. And that's why I got my real estate.
Everything else that we want, like they got an abundance of it. I mean, we spend the most money out of any ethnicity, any culture, but at the same time, we own the least.
Right.
How do we spend the most, but own the least?
And that's the good thing you say about land.
That's a direct contrast of us investing into them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's all that say. We invested, and they are all of. So what did that say? Like we are the ones on top, really,
Right.
but we are so conditioned to investing in and not believing in our own self that, you know, we are our own downfall. Man. I mean, we are just as much, if not more, of an enemy as the quote unquote.
Right. And I think a lot of it is just like knowledge, because I meet all different type of people. I travel and stuff like that. I know a lot of people. They be like, I got property up north for my kid, whatever. And so that's one thing, and it could be stemming from slavery, of not having stuff to pass down. But like one thing that I say, if you can leave your kids property that's paid off, and schooling or whatever their career choice paid for, if you don't do anything else, that'll help them exponentially, because once you get done with school, what you got? Salary Mae, right? Then you got to pay rent, try to find, and so those like some of the two main things.
Trapping.
Yeah.
Then we in the trap.
Right.
Then you like
conveniently named the trap.
Right.
The hood to cover your head up over the truth. Trap.
Here's the thing. Like that's what Big Gregory told me. When I was talking to him, he said, "Man, I was asking, man, what do we do for the community? You know what I'm saying? We need to do this for our community." He said, "Boy, because you're old and motherfucker. Boy, you don't live in no community."
Yeah.
Think about the word community. There ain't no common unity. What the word? Put it together. Common. There ain't no common unity. You live in the hood. What is a hood? Something you put over your head when you want to hide something. Getting on the head with that one.
Definitely.
Right.
Big Gregory, that's my man.
Man, that's my big bro, man. I'll call him right now on the phone to get him going, man. Don't get me started, man.
I might have to come back one time by myself just to have that combo with him.
Man, it goes down, man. You know what I mean? It goes down. But yeah, man, we got some more of this music, man. Y'all, we gonna get back into some more deep conversation when we get back. But let them know about this Starboard track, man. What that sound like? Starbound. Yeah, I got these. You know what I'm saying? Got my sexy specs on.
Okay.
But yeah, man. What is this track, man?
The Starbound track, man. It's more like on the commercial side, hip hop side. Just trying to let people, we're here now. We've been working for a long time.
Starbound.
Now we Starbound. So
I can dig that. So we're gonna get into it, man. 7radio.com, man. Man, everybody is here, man. So we're gonna be right back and get this conversation going on, man. There's a lot of people tuned in out there, man. So I hope y'all take heed of this conversation. We'll be right back. 7radio.com. Yeah, we back in the building, man. Non-stop entertainment is on 7radio.com. I got my dog Jay Pierce sitting here holding it down with me, man. And we just got into that other track, which, what was the other one we just played? That was a Starbound.
Yeah, Starbound, yeah.
Starbound, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we just running through, all of these tracks are off of the same album, right?
Yes, they are, yep.
Okay, let them know the album for the people that just tuned in right now.
Mike, Music in the Cup.
Okay, Music in the Cup. Where's my cup? Every time you say that, it reminds me that I got a cup that I need to be working on. Right? My cup right there. But yeah, man, so we just having, deep conversations about all type of things, man. But at the same time, they all tie into not only our community, but the music that we making. You know what I mean? So that's why, that's the root of the conversation, man. So, we was talking about a couple of different things, man. But just to go back deeper into, the whole me and the boss thing. Like, you are a group that understands that you need to work
Right.
to get to the place where you need to be.
Right.
You can't just, we were just not shot out of our moms with the with the boss, title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like I saw Jay Pierce. I saw his hustle and his grind. I saw that he invested in himself. And so that's like one reason like that I agreed like to manage him because there's a lot of people be hitting me up talking about like managing and stuff like that, and I won't put my time to anybody. If you're not at least like matching my grind or like half matching it, that's just wasting my time. And so I go hard for him, but it's because I see what he doing. I see he got a passion for it, and I see that it's gonna make it worth my time. Because right at this stage, they're really about the money for me. I just want to work with somebody that that's really gonna invest in themselves. And so I see it do it. So it's a perfect marriage.
I can dig that. I can dig that. And that's the things that you look for, man, when you establishing an organization, you know what I mean? Because when it's one thing to do everything by yourself. Let me be the first one to tell you. That's a hell of a situation. Yeah. But when you add other people in it, man, it lightens your workload, but then it adds other issues, like you have other opinions and emotions and views to deal with in the situation, man. So it's golden when you find certain elements in people that you look for that you can deal with, man. You know what I mean? So again, man, that's why we need more groups out here that are we need more groups out here, period. Right. Just to show the example of us being able to operate and function as a group.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time, like, what group do we know in the hip hop industry or in from Fortune 500 company to organized crime that's black, owned and operated, started from black. Something happened.
True.
And that goes back to that boss mentality that we kind of conversation was having. That's the reason. That's the part about Dame's conversation that I don't agree with. Okay. Because if you think about every other ethnicity, Mexicans, Russians, Italians, whatever it is. Again, if it's a Fortune 500 company or it's organized crime. Right. There's a hierarchy that's in place, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody is a leader. Everybody knows their role and plays their position. In the black community, that is slim to none. It's very seldom that you see that happening in a functional fashion. You know what I mean? Black people, we respect the position, but we don't respect the person that's in that position. Right. Your homeboy, whether it's in a company again or in the street, your homeboy could be the one right there at the top, but you're looking at him like, how can I get there? How can I knock him off? Almost in a sense, you know what I mean? That's your boy. In the street, we done all heard about it. You know what I'm saying? Your homeboy, he popped his homeboy for 2 ounces.
Right.
Wow. How much did you really come up off of that? Right. You know what I'm saying? Versus how much were you gaining from that, person being in that position and you being, you know what I mean? So in every situation, you know what I'm saying, it's a hierarchy that's not respected in our community. That's the thing about it. I mean, that's why I don't agree with that. Everybody needs to be a boss. I believe that creates that crab in the barrel mentality where everybody feels like they need to be at the top.
Right.
True that.
Maybe I'm just a Damon Dance. I'm just biased, but I think he was speaking more to the mentality. Right. I think that probably when they was rebuttaling, they was acting a certain way to so you never worked. So then when he spoke on himself, he said, no, I never worked. But just say for instance, like he was telling I forget the guy's name, but he was telling him, he was like, you like to DJ and stuff like this or whatever. He said all you need is a mixer, X, whatever, X, this and that. And you can do your own thing or whatever. And you got your own thing. Right. And so you made money off of you don't have to do this or whatever. And he's like you can't miss a day or whatever without any discipline and stuff like that. And so I think it's more of a mentality. I do
agree with a lot of Dave was saying, but I'm just kind of 50-50 on the fence with it
Right.
because it's just like, okay, not only are you, it's like you making your work, you down on the people that work for you.
And everybody ain't fit to be bosses.
Everybody
Right.
is not emotionally, physically, and business minded enough to be in that position. They can't
Right.
handle it.
Right.
Everybody can't handle being the boss.
Right.
True.
You know what I mean? Everybody is not made for it.
True.
Right.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians is what you create when you say everybody needs to be a boss.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So, but again, now what I will say is everybody should strive to be the best that they can be at
Right.
what they do.
Right.
Now, if that it comes from that being, if you feel like a boss from that, if you know what I mean, because you are the best at what you do, you don't have to be the president of the company.
True.
Right.
So that's what I feel, man. You should be the best that you can be, but to be the boss everybody being bosses is unrealistic.
Right.
Nobody's spending money, man.
Right.
Everybody's bartering, which is probably kind of cool, but at the same time, that's far fetched from reality for everybody to be a boss. Very inspirational, Dame, but it's unrealistic.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Definitely.
I feel that. Yeah.
That's true.
Hey,
But yeah, man, so spinning back to the music, man, like, what would you all say is different about non-stop entertainment? We got a lot of artists that's popping out here from the city now, and as y'all stated earlier, a lot of people are attaching themselves to one demographic of sound, one genre of rap.
well,
What's different? What has set y'all aside from a lot of these cats that we hearing out here that's saturating the game?
We got a lot of different styles, you know what I mean? Like, we can hit you with a hip hop track, a radio track, a hard track, you know what I mean? We don't stick to just one sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's very key in your development as you grow as an artist, you know what I mean?
Versatility.
Exactly.
Because every time you in a certain city, you hear a certain sound when people got their windows rolled down. And it's like, oh, it must be Detroit. And we like, nah, bro, we don't want to do that. We want to, when people hear our music, we want to make sure that it's different, but in a good way
Right.
possible. So we just want to make sure that if we do push something out, like most of our music is going to be hip hop. It's going to be something different that you never heard before, because
Right.
that's what we need to bring to at least I feel, to the community.
Right.
Because you get the same, this, that, and the third, and it's like, oh, I know what it is. When you can tell what music is and who it is, you ain't doing nothing, bro. To me.
I would say that just make good music, whether they hear it and think it's Detroit or not. Like, long as it's good music. Now, they may hear it and say that's Detroit, but it's a good thing. So then it's cool, But just make good music. But yeah, March 9th, I want to make sure we get this in. Tell them a little bit about that. What's going on in DC?
Oh, yeah, August 9th. Yeah, but
August
August 9th, yeah, we're going to be out in D.C. Doing a show out there, so, it's a big deal. We're probably going to go out there do some radio promo and whatnot, so,
Okay.
definitely get things popping. We're trying to, broaden our horizons, because before in the past, I was just doing Midwest stuff, like Chicago, Ohio, Indiana, we're trying to go everywhere, so.
Yeah, you most definitely have to, build your brand, spread your brand out rather. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Build it in more than just, the home nest.
Right. And the internet made it easier to do that, but you also got to be seen too, so.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
And also, we trying to, really expand, but trying to get to a lot of festivals, college tours. So, if y'all go cop that Jay Pierce Music in the Cup album, and if you like it, you want to book us, you got festivals, parties, college tours, anything like that, hit us up, definitely.
Okay, that's what it is. So yeah, man, let me know about, we got a couple more songs we're going to get into before we get up out of here, man. So let me know about this Just Like That joint.
Yeah, Just Like That's more on the radio side. Basically, saying we like your favorite artist, but we different. You know what I mean? So.
All right, that's what it is. So we're going to get into it, man. Jay Pierce, Just Like That, 7mileradio.com. Non-Stop Entertainment is in the building. We'll be right back. Non-Stop Entertainment is in the building, man. 7mileradio.com. My dog Jay Pierce holding it down. Man, this hour flew by like it wasn't even an hour. And shit.
Yeah.
We had thick conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we just played another one of the tracks off the project, man. Break Me Down.
That's one of my favorite, Mike Lipper. That's one of my favorite. You know, that's the one that I told him to bring. So yeah.
That's a Mike Lipper request right there.
Yeah.
Requested by Mike Lipper. That's what it is. So let us know, man. What was that song about for the people that's a little incoherent? I mean, what was the message basically that you was putting down? You know what I mean, your description of that song.
Break Me Down was just talking about the struggle, man. It's like, I mean, I know so many dudes that's in the industry right now, and growing up, I felt like they could have helped us more. Like I said, we've been doing this for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like you could have signed this when we was 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? We could have been on top of the world right now.
Wow.
And that was kind of like my hatred towards them. So.
Okay, that's what it is. So let me know about as far as other songs or even some of the songs we play here, the production wise, like who you working with, any producers in the city that we should know about.
Shout out Cyrus.
Yeah, my boy Cyrus, actually he just got signed. He's doing his thing right now. He's from Lansing, and he pretty much did most of the production. So,
okay.
And one of my homeboys from
So that's
school.
probably what you would consider your in-house producer right there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So you got any features outside of your label mates or your partners that sitting here at the panel with you? Or?
Not really, man. I like to keep it home, man.
I did that. I can dig that, man. I can dig that.
Right.
And that's one of the things, again, man, that I feel has helped kind of water down hip hop.
Yeah.
Features, just everybody doing that. Now, it's cool to work with people. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
But I feel like you should have obtained a certain level of success yourself. You need to become a staple. Some people have built brands
Right.
just off the collaborations with other people. That's what they're known for.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But it's I don't know, man. I feel like it just waters it down.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shout out to J. Cole.
Yeah,
I was just about to talk
man.
about him, man.
I was just about to say something about listening to words and music, man.
The first artist in 25 years to go platinum with no features.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
that's unheard of nowadays.
25 years though? That's like,
Bruh.
wow.
I just turned
Like,
25 in
really?
October.
Turned 25 in April.
Hey, we gonna make that. Hey, I'm gonna make that connection though. We gonna do some stuff with J. Cole. I'm gonna make that happen.
Man,
Bruh.
we need shit like that to happen on the regular.
You're right though.
Yeah.
Speaking of on the
Speaking
radio.
of,
And speaking of,
this last track, you know what I'm saying, that we got, you know what I'm saying, let us know about it, homie.
Alright, this last track on the regular is gonna be off the album coming out later this year. It's featuring my homie Hooligan over here. So
what's the name of the album?
it's called Ear Hustle. So
Here hustling.
Yeah, we spent some live stuff on there.
we spent some live shit.
All right, man. So let everybody know where they can find you at on your social media before we get up out of here and get this last track going.
Yeah,
man.
you can follow me on Twitter at Mystery Jar, MYSTERYJAR. You can follow me on IG at JPierce07.
Jay Pierce holding it down, SemiRadio.com, non-stop entertainment, man. We up out of here. Check this shit out.